Breaking. FG raises concern over refusal of Nigerians into Poland. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. The federal government has expressed concern over Poland's refusal to allow Nigerians fleeing Ukraine into the country. Now, this is very, very absurd. This is very troubling and disturbing. And to think about it, Nigeria is the only country among other African nations that has been denied, or that was being denied. We don't know if the situation has been handled or not. This is what we say when we say, you see all those things Nigerian government does. The fact that Nigerians go there, how am I going to put it, embarrass themselves. This is what I always say, that the ripple effect of what you do not remain with you. Just have it at the front of your mind, not at the back. Anything you do, number one, if you're outside, you have tarnished the image. If that thing is not well, is not something that it should be accorded praise. Let's be guided. The news in detail, please stay with us. The federal government has expressed concern over Poland's refusal to allow Nigerians fleeing Ukraine into the country. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Refusal, raised the concern on behalf of the government during a meeting with envoys of European Union countries over the Russia-Ukraine crisis. Onyema said the government is receiving emergency calls from Nigerians who are going by road, evacuating Ukraine, and a lot of them heading to Poland. He further said the government understood that Polish authorities are not letting Nigerians specifically through escaping the conflict in Ukraine. And we have had a number of calls, desperate calls, and the cases of women and pregnant women and so forth, Onyema said. Onyema said the government was informed that nationals of other African countries were being allowed into Poland. Onyema disclosed that he raised the issue with the Polish ambassador to Nigeria, Joanna Tanowska, who assured him to immediately check with the capital and have the situation addressed. He said, since Nigeria is preparing to host the president and the first lady of Poland, it seemed to the government as an aberration that a situation like that, where people are fleeing a global crisis, like what is taking place, should be prevented from getting out to safety. So we hope that also the European Union and others, and if that is indeed the case, will prevail on not just necessarily Poland, but also any other border country to please share some sympathy and humanness to refugees fleeing this crisis, be they Nigerians or any other nationality, Onyema also said. Tanowska, in her remarks, however, said Poland is taking every necessary step to provide succor to those fleeing from Ukraine. Earlier, the head of European Union delegation to Nigeria and the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, Samuela Isiopi, who led the delegation, said the meeting justified the importance of EU attached to the issue of Russia-Ukraine crisis. Isiopi told Onyema that the European Union is ready to assist Ukraine with help, including financial and humanitarian assistance. This is not good news. This is hitting me on a whole new level. This is hitting on a whole new level. The foreign minister Onyema should know why the Poland government is taking such action, because of his brothers and sisters of Southeast extraction. Igbos always involved in human trafficking, drugs peddling, etc. Igbos are the cause of the humiliation meted on Nigerians. Beautiful. Why don't you clap for yourself? Are you serious? They are talking about people. And when they mentioned Nigerians, I don't think they mentioned Igbos, Yoruba, and Hausa. And how? Some people This is one of the reasons why, we cannot. Why, how am I going to put it now? It's going to be difficult for we to solve our differences. Because we hold on to things that hurt us. How can you be holding on to it? Anyway, it's for another day. Number one is, fine. They should find out what exactly is causing them not to. Because you cannot just say, let them allow them. Okay, fine, they can allow them in, but later, I think Mr. Gofra or Mr. Goffrey should find out what exactly is the cause of the non-passage of Nigerians. He to find out why, then he can now tackle the issue. And I'll repeat what I said earlier. This is what I talk about whenever you as a person, you take decisions in your favor. You don't care about the consequences. This is it. I always say, at the end of the day, anything you do, it does not find its way back to you alone. If you're in Nigeria, it finds a way back to your community. You see people not talking to, okay, for instance, when you went to steal, okay, you went to steal in a community, and that community, before you know what is going on, they'll start referring to your family as the family of thieves. That is how bad it is. Anything you do that is not something good, just know it that you're dragging yourself and your family. And if it is something good, it is the same. You have a family where they have rendered help to the community, or they're always helpful. They will say, that family, they are very nice people. Very nice people. That is just it. The universe does not just reward one person alone. The thing is, if you sow a seed, you have sowed it on behalf of a family's name. This is what you get when you go there and you defraud people of their money or their belongings. You steal, you do drugs, you trade drugs. This is the kind of embarrassment and the kind of humiliation and the kind of crisis you put other people in, because you do those things without caring about consequences. How helpful have your comments been when you paint your country black? Exactly, that's what I'm saying. You cannot even those even coming out to say, that means if you're outside, that means if you're outside, actually, if you are among those Nigerians, you're going to be there and be saying, is it not you, the Igbos? Like, I don't understand. That is how I'm saying it. That is, so you are going to sharp your mouth and say, is it not you, the Igbos, that are doing this? Like, I don't understand. Instead of you to say, this situation is a situation of life and death. This is not a situation of come and eat bread and butter and they are denying the Igbos anything. No, this is a situation of let me even get to safety. And you are saying this. Now, what for also? Why can't you go and help them and bring them back to Nigeria? It's probably an extension of Nigerian territory. Sincerely, I don't even understand what exactly is going on. This is what you get when you do not, screen people, when you just take anybody to become a president. And when I'm talking to you, you don't go out to cast your vote. Do you know that you're not casting your vote whenever an incompetent person is taken by the majority, and you feel you're a minority, your vote will not count. Indirectly, you have endorsed that person. You are saying this person is better. But if you go and cast your vote come next election, you will be, if you're opening your mouth to complain, you'll be touching your chest that no, I voted for somebody who is competent, but these people did not. And see, for those who are going about criticizing other people that are not their candidates, please use the time you're using to criticize. Use it to tell people why they should vote a competent person. Market competency and not hatred on the other candidates. That is not your choice. Okay, on this note, we've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of the video.